Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Anonymous Civil Aspirant. In this video, I would be talking about the mistakes that I made in my first prelims that you should avoid so that you don't take one more attempt. Okay, let's move ahead. So the first major mistake that I made was worrying a lot about current affairs. Just observe this. I have written worrying and not preparing. The reason is that Uh, I used to worry a lot about current affairs. So ideally, your priority sequence should be static, PYQs, and then current affairs. But what I used to do is I worry about current affairs, and while I was preparing for static, I used to think, what if I'm not covering the current affairs? How am I going to cover it? From what would be the sources that I would be covering it? And I just kept worrying. I did not acted on it at all. I just kept worrying, and because of this worrying, my preparation for static got affected. So I would say you should not at all worry about current affairs because now the pattern in which current affairs are being asked are more in contemporary in nature and not current. By this I mean that they would ask questions from static, but they would ask questions because they were recently in news. So I'm not saying that current affairs is not at all asked. Yes, it is asked. You can see a lot of questions from science and tech were influenced from current affairs. But I would say the number of questions that are directly asked from current affairs and that are influenced from current affairs are different. I hope you understand this. So this time what I'm doing is my first focus is static, then doing PYQs and then doing current affairs. In future videos, I would be sharing how I'm preparing for current affairs, so stay tuned for it. The second mistake that I did was taking CSAT very lightly, and this is a very big mistake you would be making, especially if you are from a science background or an engineering background. I used to feel that I have a decent enough, mathematics, knowledge of mathematics. I used to think my reasoning is very good, my English comprehension is very good because I'm pretty good at vocab and everything. So I would be making it. But this time the UPSC CSAT was very difficult. I personally felt it was very difficult because a lot of questions were asked from number system, which I personally find the most tough. I'm so sorry. Most tough out of the entire, quant part. And again, a lot of questions from the comprehension that were asked were mostly, on assumption basis. If you have given this year's attempt, you would understand what I'm saying about. So that is why I would say, rather than relying on, and only three questions were asked from logical reasoning, which actually became a big blunder for me in the final exam. So that is why I would say you should honestly prepare for all the parts, that is quant reasoning and English comprehension equally. And I would also be making one more video for some for beginners if they're starting for UPSC prep. But here I would tell you a little about CSAT. You should cover CSAT in a very nice manner. I'm saying that because there are a lot of exams other than UPSC that I feel everyone should give. And for that, quant reasoning and English is a big portion. A lot of questions are influenced from this. And basically, quant is something that you would never forget if you prepare it once nicely and you keep on revising it. It is something that it doesn't change. There is no current affairs in quant. There is nothing that you have to do newly. There's only a concept, and there are a lot of different type of questions. Once you are well versed with it, you don't need to do anything new for this. So yes, CSAT is something that you should not at all take lightly because nowadays the level of questions that UPSC is asking are not easy and not doable at all. So yeah, that is one thing. Third one is not analyzing PYQs. I think one mistake that we all make is that we think solving PYQs is equal to analyzing PYQs. After every topic, I guess I used to look after the PYQs and I used to see if I'm able to solve them or not. And 90 to 95% of times I was able to solve all of these questions. So I used to feel that okay, अब मेरे से तो ये हो जाएगा. This is very easy. But the major problem is that when you study one subject, that thing is very fresh in your mind. And when you solve a PYQ of it, you think, acha, because it was fresh in your mind, you are able to solve the question. And this, what you're doing basically is solving. It is basically solving and not analyzing. How is analyzing and solving different? Basically, when you see a particular PYQ, see a theme in it. What kind of question is being asked, on what topic is being asked, what are the various options that are there in the question, how is this question influenced, is this question generally most repeated or it is asked because it was recently in current affairs. So this is something I would say is I did not pay a lot of attention to, and I think I should have done that because when once you analyze PYQs, you definitely know while reading that how should you read a particular topic, what should be the major focus areas of a particular topic. Maybe in next some videos I would show you, I would analyze a PYQ and I would show you how a particular topic is being readed and how you should analyze a PYQ. Next, not giving enough marks. So before prelims, I actually didn't give a lot of marks. My major thought was let me first complete entire syllabus and then I would give mark. And eventually, I ended up not even covering entire syllabus because that is actually a myth. No one could actually cover the entire syllabus. If you would ask the topper, maybe AIR1, even they would say that they have not covered the entire syllabus before the exam. So it is a myth that first let me complete the syllabus and then I would give marks. And I was literally behind this that first let me complete everything, let me know everything out of this topic, and then I'll give a mark and everything. So it is actually a very flawed practice. You should not practice at all. And whatever marks that I gave, I did not analyze it in a manner that why did this particular question go wrong? Why did this particular question go right? What maybe what was the thought process behind a particular question? How could I have been able to solve this question with whatever knowledge I have? So this is something that I did not do. And this time I have planned a lot of things about the mocks and everything. I'll maybe share in some other video. And fifth and the most important thing, I would say, this thing is something I would say above all of these four things that are actually cost me this one more attempt. So basically, I have been hearing this since last 1 year on YouTube a lot. That is, let me write it here that you know what I'm talking about. Okay. So sorry, my pencil is little bit. Oh my God. So sorry, my pencil isn't working in a nice manner. Means ready before December. I meant to write. Okay, let it be. I'll write it here with this. Means ready by December is something. I'm so sorry. Means ready by December is something I have been hearing since the last 1 year on YouTube. And because of this thing, this entire thing, I had this mindset while I was preparing for prelims that I am not ready for the mains. Even if I would clear the prelims, I would not be able to make it in the mains because I had seen so many videos, people talking that it is very difficult to prepare it between the prelims and mains, which is true. I would say it is 101% true. But thinking that I am not mains ready and it would make no sense for me to clear prelims. Even if I clear prelims, I won't be able to clear mains. This mindset is completely wrong. I would tell you why. if you are not able to, if you make it in prelims, and suppose if you don't make it in mains, even though you would be at a greater height than people who did not even clear prelims. Because I would tell you, first thing is that if you clear prelims, you exactly know what kind of strategy worked for you. Second, your confidence would be very high. And honestly, when you would also realize this, when you have exam 1 month, when you have 1 month of time for exam, and when you have 3 months of time for exam, you study more in the 1 month. So the time frame between pre and mains, definitely it would be a very productive time for you because you are going to study in a very with a lot of intensity. And even if you don't clear your mains, after clearing your prelims, you would already have covered all the mains topics. You would have mains notes ready because eventually you will be making notes while preparing for this. And even if so, you are and you have an experience of writing mains. You have experience of writing 9 papers, one after the other. So you are already at a much greater height than the people who have not cleared prelims. So this entire mindset that if I don't clear prelims, I would if I clear prelims, I would not be able to clear mains, and so there is no point of me preparing nicely for this attempt. I would be anyways failing. This entire mindset is wrong. So I would say that now whatever has happened with your mains preparation, leave it because as far as my experience, I've been seeing this. Prelims is not at all easy. It is not at all easy for anyone, especially if you are not clear prelims in your last attempt. It is not very easy for you to crack prelims in what 3 to 4 months. You need a lot of time for it. You need a good mindset. You need a nice practice for it. So I would definitely say that now leave the mains prep slowly, slowly if you are into it, but now onwards, don't focus on mains. Now focus on prelims and whatever backlog that you have for your mains. Even I have not mains ready entirely. There are a lot of topics that I have to cover. I have to cover entire GS 1 and 2 and 3 for not one, but I have to cover entire GS 2 and 3. I've not prepared any of both of it. So anyways, even if I've not prepared this, now I'm having a mindset whatever would be the situation between the pre and mains, I would see it later on. Now I'm going to prepare for my prelims with full-fledgedly and not worry a lot about whatever has happened in last few months and whatever has happened with my mains preparation. So yes, this is it for this video. I hope you like it. A lot of people have been asking me about their video for the second week. I'm so sorry I was not able to make a video because I was a little busy, and the purpose behind this YouTube channel was definitely that I would be documenting everything, but not making videos above my preparation. If some of my preparation is still remaining and I'm making videos, so I'm wasting my time on this. I'm not allotting a different time for this. I am doing this along with my whatever free time I get. I make videos in this, and I don't think that I should add this on my to-do list. So that is why you might not see, sometimes you would see consistently videos being put on the YouTube. Sometimes you would not see this. So I hope you understand the reason behind this, and whatever questions you have, you can ask me in the comment section. I would definitely try and reply to you. And if you want some video on UPSC preparation, anything related book list or anything else, you can just comment down. I would make video of it whenever it is possible for me. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.